All right, so this is the Nerdy Nonsense podcast. We're just two nerdy guys that like to talk about stuff. This is episode 74. Um, Not a whole lot happened this week, if I remember correctly.
More or less. Something's happening, but not that much. I know last week started the Hispanic Heritage Month, so I'm gonna do the whole podcast in Spanish. So vamos a comenzar. No, I'm joking. But yeah, not that many things happening. I know the Writers Guild and the studios are having discussions.
Yes.
Today they had also yesterday and Thursday, so a lot of people are saying that probably it's gonna be a good thing, but still we have no idea what's happening. The fact that they're having 3 conversations in a row probably is hopeful, but other than that, not that I know. Also, Tokyo Game Show is happening. There were just a couple things, at least on my side, that I was interested that I put on the notes that we'll be talking about later, and other than that, not much. But I guess we can start with what you've been doing on the week.
Honestly, not a whole lot. I picked up Cult of the Lamb a little bit again, and then I went back to Starfield. Still not even that far into it, but I finished one of the quest lines with the Crimson Fleet, I think, the pirates. So I'm officially a pirate now. So that's fun. I pissed everybody off in my crew because
Space Pirate.
they don't like space pirates. They think I
Uh-huh.
ruined the galaxy, but you know what? They're not gonna touch us anymore. And the Crimson Fleet's like everywhere. So whatever. I also didn't like you could side with the basically the equivalent of the space military, but the guy who like runs it is such an asshole. I did not want to like side with him. So it felt weird not siding with the space pirates. But yeah. And then I started going into another set of other quests. I'm still not even back onto the main story. I think I'm only like a fifth of the way through the actual main story, and I'm like 65 plus hours into the game.
That seems like
There's
that's
so much to do.
that sounds like a Bethesda game for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, it
because I
took.
remember
I had to
playing.
force. Yeah, I had to force myself on in Skyrim to finish the main story because I was just doing so many side stuff that I forgot. I was like,
Yeah, I was gonna say
you
like
know
in
what?
Skyrim and
Yeah,
like Fallout, I literally have to I have to focus specifically just on doing the main story quest.
yeah. I
But
was like,
with this game, I don't want to spoil too much, but the main story kind of goes into New Game Plus in a weird way. So I don't want to do the main story yet until I can kind of do as much of the side stories
yeah.
as I can the first time, because then I can pick and choose what I want to do in New Game Plus.
Oh, nice.
But it's fun. I still like it a lot. And then Payday 3 came out on Xbox Game Pass on Friday. So I played a little bit of that online. It is not like the gameplay is great, but the matchmaking is horrible. Basically Payday, I don't know if you know the franchise, but you're robbing banks is like the whole premise of the game.
Yeah, I know. I know about it, but I had never played. So it is I guess you said matchmaking, so I guess it's a multiplayer game.
It's a multiplayer game, 4 people on a team, and then you basically all 4 of you have to defend, robbing a bank. Like get the setup, start drilling the vaults, and then you have to start like loading bags of stuff, and you can only carry so much at a time, and then deposit it into a van. And while all that's happening, you have to defend yourself from the hordes of cops coming in to try and stop you. It's a fun game. I like the first one better than the second one. I did not like the second one at all because of the perk system. Kind of like changed so much. The third one seems way more improved. They're using, I think, Unreal Engine now, which is amazing. It runs so good.
Nice.
But the way that the matchmaking, I was sat there yesterday for like 35 minutes before it let me join a game. Like you can't just play a game by yourself.
Oh wow,
Which
that
is
sucks.
weird. Yeah, it's like that's what I used to do with my friends. We used to, if it was just 2 of us, it would be like a private lobby, or a private game, and then it would just fill the other two with bots or not bots if we didn't want bots. But you can't do that in this yet, and that seems to be like a really big complaint.
Oh, so you're forced to play with other people.
Exactly, which
that sucks.
Is good but bad. I ended up in a really good game with two people who, I guess you could preload the game if you pre-ordered the premium edition or the collector's edition. So they've been playing for like a week, and I think they were like level 25 or something.
Oh, wow.
So we literally did the first bank heist and blew through it in like 10 minutes. It was insanely fast. But it's fun. I like it a lot. I'm going to try and play again with some friends tonight because one of my friends plays it from Xbox, and I forget where my other one's playing from. But I want to play with at least 2 or 3 of them so that we can not have to worry about relying on random people.
Yeah, on randoms. Yeah, that makes sense.
And as far as TV shows, I haven't really watched a whole. We get so tired at night now that we just literally sit on our phones and we just watch like YouTube videos or TikToks or like scroll through Instagram. But we've been watching like Fiona and Cake when we eat, and the last 2 episodes were still really dark. I love the show so far, but the callbacks to like even season 1 of Adventure Time or season 2 of Adventure Time and like the alternate realities and stuff it's really well written. And then that Strange Planet show on Apple TV. I love it. I love the show. This last episode was really good.
I still haven't seen it.
I don't know if you have to have an Apple TV Plus subscription.
Well, I do have one, but I haven't. I haven't booted up my Apple TV Plus in a while.
There was another show that was coming out on Apple TV Plus recently that I forgot about, and I have to like see if I could.
The After Party is the one that came out recently. But the season ended like 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, I didn't like this season. I watched like the first 2 episodes, and I was like, it's not as good as the first one.
Yeah, it wasn't as good, but they had some good episodes. Like I said, one of them was like Wes Anderson like. Yeah, and I love that one so much. And then on the last episode, they do one section. They do like a telenovela, and it's so exaggerated. And just like I remember, just watching telenovelas because my mom or my grandma were watching, and I have nothing else to do, so I had by default I was watching, and it was so funny, the exaggerated music and the super close-ups to the faces, and I was laughing so much.
Maybe I'll go back and rewatch it, or continue where we left off.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really a whole lot. We started watching Over the Garden Wall again, just because it's becoming fall season, and today is I think the first official.
Oh yeah, today is supposed to. Yeah, I think it has been feeling a little cold in the mornings the last week or so, week and a half.
Yeah, it started cooling off here just a little bit. It's still kind of warm, but yesterday night and this morning were definitely colder than the last 2 weeks. So at least it's a good, step in the right direction. But Over the Garden Wall is like a perfect fall cozy show to watch, even though it's kind of fucked up. But it's great. The music is great. Animation's great. So that's pretty much been what I've been doing. What have you been up to?
Continuing playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. I'm getting close to finish up the Pokédex in that section since I have to continue with the main story, because it kind of locks me out a little bit in the beginning. Like the 9 and day system doesn't quite works until you finish certain sections of the main story, and the main story is supposed to be really short. So I was just spending time catching and evolving Pokemon all the time. So I honestly didn't notice until I had to catch the Pokemon that appear at night that the 9 and day cycle wasn't happening. I was like, I guess these Pokemon come out at night, so I guess I'm just gonna run around and wait until the cycle happens, and then after an hour, I was like, why is not changing? And then I look it up. I was like, oh, I guess I need to do the main story. But I saw that the main story easily can be done in 6 hours or so. So I started doing it. I think I'm halfway through, and then I continue since part of the story puts you at night. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go and catch the Pokemons now that I need it. So I kind of stopped halfway through the story to do that and evolving, and so out of the 200, I think I'm only missing like 7 or so. Some of them are trade evolutions that I'm gonna have to do some work on that. Trade item evolutions. It's not only trading, but they need to have an item and all the stuff. And then the last 3 or 4 Pokemon are the legendaries that you capture as you go through the story. So that's why once I finish, I already caught up everything that I need to catch. So I'm just gonna continue with the story. Then I started like a dragon, Yakuza like a dragon. Because I
Is
saw
this
the
your first playthrough?
yes, this is the yeah Yakuza 7 basically. Yeah, because I got it a long time ago, but I didn't play yet because I have so many stuff to play and I keep forgetting. And because this week was they had a streaming event for Yakuza 8, I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to play 7 then now before 8 comes out next year, which is on my notes. And yeah, I'm really early because I started halfway through the week, and it takes me forever to play games, anyways. And then other than that, my regular shows. Let's see, Harley Quinn in the last week. I'm still watching Bleach, which should be ending either this week or next week. Should be the
Is this
final.
just the ending of this arc or the ending completely?
This arc.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Reservation Dogs. The episode this week's episode was really good. We have a guest star that I was surprised to see. Let's see what else. Something else finished this week. I'm thinking about it.
Didn't Only Murders in the Building finish?
Oh yeah, that one finished. Like I've been saying, this season wasn't that great for me personally. So I'm like, I still watch
Yeah,
it
I've heard
because
everyone saying that the first episode was the best episode.
yeah, the first episode was great and then just went down in interest. And considering that Meryl Streep is one of the main characters in this season, it's actually a shame that it's not well. Her character is really good, but everything surrounding everything else is kind of boring. I don't know. I think it already outstayed its welcome, especially with the whole plot being like, oh, there's a murder. We need to do a podcast about it and find out who killed who. Just
Yeah,
that,
a lot of people are saying that it just kind of like jumped the shark now. The second season is where they probably should have ended.
yeah, they shouldn't end it with second season. That what else came out this week? Ahsoka. This episode was great. We finally got some people showing up. Although it's
I
not.
don't want to talk about spoilers. But
Yeah,
I
it's
guess if you haven't seen it, I mean, we can talk about it later because I
Yeah.
had some thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, some cool characters showing up here and there. And now collectors are hoping that we get figures of those. Let's
God, I
see.
hope
Yes.
so.
Yeah. So, what else came out this? Something came out this week, and I'm forgetting it.
There was a movie that came out in theaters, wasn't there?
Dumb Money came out, but I couldn't see it because I had to do work on Thursday, so I had to leave the office early to come home and do some work on the afternoon. And I was I was hoping that my work will be early so I can just do it at the office, and then I was done for the day, I'll just go and watch Dumb Money on the AMC next door. But I couldn't, so hopefully I can see it on Monday. But yeah, Dumb Money came out. I know that Spendables 4, or as is known, the Expend 4 Balls or something like that, because there's a 4 in the middle. Came out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. A lot of reviews are saying this is pretty much like the Meg 2. It is dumb fun, but no reason to be to exist. Then what else? On streaming, was it this week or last week? TMNT Mutant Mayhem came out, so that was awesome to watch again. This movie Cassandra came out last yesterday, but I haven't been able to watch it. In fact, I'm gonna watch it today. It is about this Mexican wrestler that pretty much embraced the whole being gay in wrestling. Apparently there's a section of Mexican wrestling that you have these gay wrestlers that try to embrace that part. It's like think of it like a drag wrestling,
Yeah.
kinda. So and
they
apparently
embrace these like specific
the quote unquote personas,
stuff,
stereotypes, yeah, that kind of stuff. And apparently this guy, and there were apparently a joke before this guy showed up and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna start treating this character as a winner and all that stuff, and he became famous and all that stuff. Similar to not a certain level, but similar to El Santo, which is one of the biggest Mexican wrestlers out there. So this is the story of him, and who is playing him? It's not him. It's, let me just get the name. I know Bad Bunny is in it once again, involved in a movie related to wrestlers, but he's not the main guy. Gael Garcia Bernal is in this. He's playing Cassandra. So far I've been hearing good reviews about it because it came out in limited release on theaters a while ago, like maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that, and now it's on Amazon Prime. So, and especially they release it because of Hispanic Day and all this, Hispanic Heritage Month and all that stuff. And this is mostly Amazon production, but also Mexican production. So there's a lot of Spanish in the movie. Like based on the reviews,
the
like
majority of the movies in Spanish, isn't it?
Based on the reviews, I see like 70% is Spanish, or 60%.
I've heard really good things about it. Like someone I follow on TikTok said that they watched it and they weren't expecting to like it, but they said that it was amazing.
Yeah, no, so I'm gonna watch it today. I completely forgot that it came out yesterday. And then something else came out this week. Another movie. There were a couple of stuff that I keep forgetting because, you know, time is a circle and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I watch so many stuff that I forget what came out when. But yeah, I've been doing all of that, and now I'm preparing for my trip for next week. But yeah, that's everything that I did. Probably I'm forgetting a lot of stuff, but whatever. Let's see. I guess we could jump into the news. So regarding to the strike, I guess the first thing that everyone was making fun of and laughing about it after the backlash, her non-apology video, and then deleting it. Drew Barrymore announced that her show will take a hiatus until the strike is over. Apparently, other talk shows did the same thing. That that they announced that they were coming back, like the talk. Bill Maher even came out and said that as well after a couple days after everyone started to do that.
I have a feeling the producers of the shows were like very against it to begin with, and because of the backlash, they were like, "We're cutting production for now. We can't."
Yeah, as far as I know, the only shows that is still or was supposed to was the what's her name from Community, Cheryl.
Oh, crap! I forget her name, but she's in a bunch of movies and stuff.
Yeah, apparently she has a talk show, and she was actually gonna do it, but she got COVID before the day before her show was gonna come back. So yeah, they had to delay the taping. But that's so far the only show, and obviously there's people already ready to strike against it, like and like we were saying, the Writers Guild is having conversations right now with the studios. They had their first conversations, the first conversations on Thursday. Then they had it yesterday, and then they're having another one today. No information has come out of all of those for obvious reasons, but a lot of people are thinking that this might be a good sign that the strike might be over soon. We will see.
Yeah, I think the only two that are really posing a problem right now are like Warner Discovery, whatever the fuck they're called now,
Yeah.
and Netflix. And I was watching someone on YouTube talking about how, like now he's a political pundit, but he used to do acting on the side to make, money in New York City. And he did a few episodes of Law and Order SVU, and when his episodes aired in syndication on television, he was making a month about $1,500 a month.
Oh wow!
Since they came onto Netflix, he's making $80.
Oh, that sucks.
From just Netflix, and he's like, you can see the disparity here. Like, it's not fair how television can pay us a good, amount of money in syndication or residuals, but streaming refuses to do the same. It's just not fair. And I did not realize it was that much of a difference. Allison said I'm stupid because I should have known. But I knew it was a lot, but I didn't know it was like almost 100% different.
Yeah, a lot of actors and actresses, and they've been coming out and saying that once their shows switch to streaming, whether it's Netflix or other streamers, they have been getting little, either almost nothing to maybe just under $100, especially especially you have shows that are making huge numbers for these streamings, but the actors and actresses are getting nothing, almost nothing.
Right.
So that was one of the main points behind this whole the whole strike and everything.
Pretty wild.
But yeah, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we get some good news by Monday, perhaps, or maybe tonight. We don't know. But yeah, continuing related to the strike, good guy Seth MacFarlane just donated an additional $5 million to the community fund for workers. This is after he donated $1 million early on the days of the strike. So once again, he continues being a good guy, despite what some people might think based on Family Guy and all that stuff.
From what I understand, a lot of the stuff from Family Guy and even American Dad, when he was writing on American Dad, he's only one writer of probably a team of 20.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of it's not him. Some of it's probably him, but a lot of it's not him. So, he just his actions now and, like, what he did just to keep the Orville up and running, like, where he took a pay cut.
Oh, yeah, he did
that. Like, he's just time and time again proving how much of a good person he is. And people who say otherwise are just blind. But I'm so happy that he's because someone else donated a lot of money then recently too.
Oh yeah, I saw someone else. I didn't know who he was, but someone also donated like.
I didn't recognize the name, but some other supposed big actor or actress donated.
Yeah, I guess I didn't recognize the name. That's why I didn't put it. But yeah, set the 5 million. So far 6 million. Let's see. Let's do some Disney. So earlier this week, Disney had a surprise guest showing up in Disney Magic Kingdom. Apparently, a blackbird ended up sneaking into the park, shutting down most of it for a couple hours on Monday. I think it was. Was it Monday?
Yes, Monday.
Yeah. Where are you? Yeah, on Monday. Like I said, they closed pretty much a good chunk of the park to the public for a couple hours until they were able to capture and later release the bird to the wild. But yeah, it was a crazy story that initially was the Tom Sawyer area was closed, and then after a couple hours, then they pretty much closed almost everything except for which side it was that you told me.
It was Tomorrowland and just New Fantasyland World. Everything
Yeah,
else was closed.
yeah, and there were a lot of videos of people like the cast members turning them away and all the stuff, and they were like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And we're like, "Oh,
This
there's a
whole week
bird."
it was people photoshopping the black bear on rides too,
Yes,
which was
there
pretty
was,
funny.
and of course the memes came out saying that the bird was auditioning for the newly
Country
announced
Bears.
Country Bears show. Others were saying that he wanted to play Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, so many jokes, and also like you said, the photoshops of the bird going in all these rides now that those side of the parks were closed. So it was taking advantage of the the fact that it was there were no people and didn't have to make lines and then jumping into all the rides and stuff. But yeah, that was one of the funny things happening this week regarding to this day. Also, let me see. Disney Plus or ABC announced a couple of stuff this week. Well, you were gonna say something?
I was gonna say just to stick with the parks.
Yeah.
They officially announced that they're gonna. I think it was like 80 billion or 20 billion dollars or something like
60
that.
billion.
Yeah, they're gonna start investing back into Disneyland Paris, Disney World,
Yeah.
Disneyland,
So they
and
announced. Yeah.
Shanghai, I think.
Pretty much they announced that they're gonna invest $60 billion over the next 10 years to increase growth on all the theme parks.
Apparently, what happened was I don't know if you keep up on like the investor calls, but the investors were pushing because the parks are really the only revenue source right now for Disney.
Yeah.
Because the last 10 movies they released this year all flopped.
Oh yeah, they're flop.
I
think the only one that make some money was Elemental, and that's the one that they didn't.
Guardians 3 also I think made the money.
Oh yeah,
But
Guardians.
other than that,
Yeah, Guardians 3 and
everything else
Elemental.
this year was just kind of like
Yeah,
generating
everything flop.
profit.
Yeah,
But they're now realizing that putting more money into the parks means more people can come, more revenue, more whatever, which we've been saying for years. So I'm glad they're finally starting to realize.
Yeah, and with that piece of news, George DeMaro also on the proposal about it was talking about expansion some other locations. Like there was mentioned doing some Frozen related stuff in Disneyland, maybe mirroring what Shanghai I think it is doing.
Shanghai has the one with the new animatronics, yeah.
Yeah, the Frozen Park pretty much. Because also there's talk of expansion. I think the proposal also show expansion on both Disneyland and Disney World. There were also talks probably a Wakanda expansion for Avengers Campus. Uh, since also this week they opened the Avengers Vault, which is pretty much the Avengers theme store that they open under. There's one section of the park that where you have the Quinjet Park, and below it there's a building that they never use for anything. Other, I think only next to it you have some characters showing up and then meet and greets sometimes. So the building that the Quinjet is parked on, they pretty much transform it into a store with Avengers theme stuff to buy, and even they release a collection of Infinity Stones, and apparently they have plans for more stuff, more Avengers collections with
Yeah, I
props.
know they announced at Destination D23, which I think I don't remember if we spoke about it, but
Mm-hmm.
the second ride or the third ride that's going to be at Adventures
Oh yeah,
Campus
yeah.
technically is going to be like King
Multiverse.
Thanos
Yeah,
with the multiverse. Yeah, so I think they're really realizing that they had to put a lot more money and thought and effort into, revamping the parks because attendance seems to be down, even though like when you're there, it doesn't feel like it is.
Mm.
Um, but I'm just glad that they're putting more money back into the parks.
yeah, and of course, Epcot is already working on the stuff. I think this week. No, was it this week or next week? One of these weeks, the Moana section is supposedly gonna be. Oh no, is I think it's a week after I'm there.
It
That
opens officially on the 10th.
Yeah, so it's a week after I'm there. Yeah, the Moana ride, quote unquote ride, is opening. That section is officially opening. Obviously, we know the news about uh the
Test track.
Test Track and Celebration Showcase. I think is the name.
The World Celebration Showcase, yeah, which is right behind where the Spaceship Earth is, which
Yeah,
is
that one.
absolutely massive.
Yeah, that one should be opening by December, November, if I'm not mistaken, from D23. Uh, which also should have the statue of Walt Disney, the Dreamer, and obviously they're having more works. But yeah, there is also talk, and we know as well that work on the Dino Land area is being considered to become Encanto or Coco. I think it was Encanto. Yeah, Encanto or Indiana Jones. So they're having a lot of plans for the parks, and this is just proof of that. Let's see, continuing with Disney. Where are you? Oh, we got a couple of announcements of stuff coming to both Disney Plus and ABC. For Disney Plus, they announced that a new Lego special, Lego Marvel Avengers Core Red, will be streaming on October 27th. There isn't much information about what is this about, other than that it's a Lego special, and probably it's gonna take from the Avengers film, since the poster that they show was similar to those Avengers posters with the A. And Code Red might be a whole bunch of stuff, so we have no idea really what it could be about. And also,
Yeah,
it's
it's very ambiguous, but it is exciting though. It's kind
and
of
also
cool.
yeah, and also it's a Lego special. It could be everything, a joke saying,
Yeah, I was just gonna
oh,
say like
yeah,
what they did with the Christmas special.
yeah, all these characters are red. Could be the main joke behind it. Yeah. Then we also got the first trailer for the short film Once Upon a Studio, which was shown at D23. The trailer was released, and also they announced that it will premiere on October 15th on ABC after their Wonderful World of Disney 100-year celebration. I think that's the whole title. But yeah, the short film was created. The whole premise is that after a day of work, all the animators of Disney Studios leave, and then the the cartoons come to life, and Mickey is recruiting over 40 plus characters to take a picture together to celebrate their 100 years. There's a whole bunch of a mix of 2D hand animation and also 3D animation for characters like Frozen, Moana, and all that stuff. And also, they are bringing some of the original voice actors, and for those that are not available or have passed away, like Robin Williams, they are using all unused voice recordings. So to use on these ones. When this was announced, a lot of people were like, "Oh no, they're gonna use AI." But Disney was like, "No, no, 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 we're using all recordings. Don't worry about it." Because that was during the height of AI is bad, which is it is. But you know,
it definitely is. It was not a good take for them to not clarify that at the beginning, but
yeah,
I'm so glad that they have so much extra audio that they're going to reuse some of it for this. And from the initial reactions I read from people who saw it at D23 or Destination D23, it's amazing.
oh
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited to see it.
I'm excited to see it. Yeah, because yeah, just like you said, the early reactions were really good from those that were able to watch it at D20. Oops, sorry. Just a couple more Disney stuff. Disney announced that Loki will, similar to Ahsoka, now debut on October 5th at 7 and 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time instead of October 6th, which is good news now that Disney is finally learning that people don't like to stay really late to watch these shows, and just put it on a regular time. So now we're gonna be able to watch our shows early.
Yeah,
And
I don't know why it took them this long to do that, and that's probably they probably realized, they've seen the trend since Hawkeye and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out.
yeah,
That like peak watching time is like probably 6 to 9 p.m.
yeah.
No one's staying up that late to watch it at night.
Only reviewers were doing that, and they were like complaining online because it's part of their job to watch this stuff early so they can uh, write the reviews and everything. And for the ones on the East Coast, on the West Coast was midnight, but for the rest of the people was like 3 in the morning or something like that. So yeah, not a good thing. But it's good now that Disney has learned its lesson, and from now on, I guess all the shows are gonna debut on Tuesday or whatever other time, other day they decide at a regular time.
Yeah, thank God.
Let's see. I think I have one more Disney. So this is more a report than news, but it's also related to Disney stuff, IP. So there were a couple reports coming out regarding Star Wars stuff. The first one was that it looks like Taika Waititi Star Wars film is not actually that as it was rumored last week. Because it looks like he submitted multiple scripts to Lucasfilm and they're just sitting on them. Uh, Most likely because of the strike. So there's a chance that probably that film is still happening.
I
But
think
well,
it's a combination of the strike, but also there's a lot of pressure right now on Kathleen Kennedy because before Ahsoka, the last couple things that they did for Star Wars were not very well received.
yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens on that. But the Taika Waititi film might still be happening. But also,
I
we
really
got
hope so.
information related a film that never happened. Apparently, Guillermo del Toro came out and said that at one point he was attached to direct a film that David Goyer wrote, but ended up canceled. And obviously, the internet is like, "Why is Guillermo del Toro? Why are you doing this, Disney? Why are you being Disney?" Because I think a Guillermo del Toro film would be awesome, especially if it goes animation wise. But yeah, that was yeah. Let's see a couple more stuff I have over here. Nickelodeon announced the name of the next of the TMNT Mutant Mayhem TV show. This is gonna be called TMNT Tales. Wait, no, Tale is gonna be called Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is gonna be set in between the film Mutant Mayhem and its sequel. They announced this as the film premiere on Paramount Plus. Yeah, Paramount Plus. Uh, they didn't give a exact date, but they said it's gonna be early 2024. So that could be January to April, perhaps. Uh, just as we know from prior information, the entire cast from the movie will be back to voice their characters. And like I said, this is set in between the first and the sequel that has been greenlight, but we don't know anything about it because strike. Uh, so yeah, we don't know anything about the plot other that is set in between the films. I'm gonna assume it's mostly seeing the turtles getting used to, well, spoilers from the movie, I guess. Or no, actually, I'm gonna keep it like that. If you've seen the movie, you might figure out what is the plot of the show, more or less, or at least the setting of the film of the show. Let's see. Ahead of the season 2 arrival in October, our fact means that creators said on Twitter, because I won't call it that if the show gets renewed one more time, it will be the last season of the show. Somebody asked them if they were renewed already or if they were looking for a renewal, since Mats and Sapsda are being fucking weirdos about canceling shows and stuff like that. And the creator was like, "No, we haven't been renewed, but if we do, next season will be the last." So I guess the show always was intended to be 3 seasons, but if they can go into their own on their own what you
If
call
they
it?
can go out on their own accord, yeah.
Yeah, on their own accord rather than being canceled right away, then that's better than nothing. And yeah, the second season is coming on October 20 something, I think.
I think it's the 22nd.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, me too. Such a good show. Let's see. One Piece. Since we're in the height of One Piece right now due to the live action, the official YouTube page is streaming the One Piece episode of Chopper until October 4th. This is pretty much a movie version of the Drum Island arc, which introduces Chopper and his recruitment to the crew. Yeah, the animation is updated and to be more on par of the current. Well, not the current, but I want to say 20.
Dressrosa arc, technically.
Yeah, around that time, more or less. Animation of that time, because the animation right now is totally different. Well, not completely different, but it looks better.
Yeah.
Since that's how these things go, especially for a show that has been going on for over 20 years or something. But yeah, this is pretty much a movie version of the whole arc. There are some differences for this one than the manga and the anime, because Robin and Frankie are in the crew at this point, and also they are on the Thousand Sunny rather than the Going Merry, which is kind of weird. But so because of those two being there, the events of this special are a little different. But other than that, it's an introduction for Chopper, especially for those people that never seen the anime and now are interested into the show based on the live action. So they can see more or less what we might see on season 2, since it has been already double confirmed by the president on Netflix, Oda, and anyone involved with the show that we will see Chopper in season 2. Obviously, we don't know how far season 2 will go. I've been saying that probably we're gonna see the whole getting into the Grand Line and then Drum Island and probably just the beginning of heading into Alabaster. So maybe we might be meeting BB and Robin at the end, similar to Sanji kind of thing. If it's an 8 episode, maybe on episode 6, 7, and 8, we get BB and Robin introduced, and then just end the season going into Alabaster rather than having Alabaster as season 2. Alabaster itself can be all season 3. So
yeah, it's a pretty long one.
Yeah, there's no way they can have Alabaster in season 2. There's no way. And then the last thing that I have is RGG Studios, which is the studios behind the Yakuza or Like a Dragon, as they are known now, series. Had a presentation this week because his Tokyo Game Show is happening as well. But yeah, they had a presentation for Like a Dragon, Infinity Wealth, or Yakuza 8, as some people are calling it. We got some new information that it was confirmed that the main story will be set in Honolulu, Hawaii. We knew that Kiryu from the prior Yakuza games will be coming back on the game. It was revealed that he has cancer in this one, and he's basically the second lead, so you will be able to play with him, and also Ichiban, who is the new lead of the since Yakuza 7 or Like a Dragon. Also, they announced that Danny Trejo and Daniel Day Kim are gonna be in the game, and they have some characters even looking like them. And of course, the jokes about Machete and Dr. Han being. Is it Dr. Han? I
think so. I don't remember.
From The Good Doctor, yeah. The joke about him from The Good Doctor are in this game, so obviously the internet were crazy on that. And yeah, the games comes out on January 26, 2024, which I believe is also the same day as Tekken 8. So once again, the internet is like, oh my god, I'm gonna be playing this Tekken 8. I think there's some other games coming out a week earlier and a week later. Oh, Persona 3 is coming out, I think, a week after. And then Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is coming out around that time as well.
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, man. We got Cloud on a freaking Segway now.
Oh yeah, and also there's a Segway in this game. So there's already
so many memes.
There's already memes of him and Cloud driving together around. So funny.
It's so stupid. Why Segways? Like, they haven't been relevant since like 2008.
I know, it's the year of the Segway. Some people are saying is just like 2017 was the year of Luigi, I think it was, or 2018. Yeah. They're saying this is the year of the Segway. So we're hoping for other games also to get Segway. And yeah, I'm excited for that game. That's why I'm playing Like a Dragon or Yakuza 7, so I can get ready for that one. Of course, I'm gonna have to stop when Spider-Man 2 comes out on October 22nd.
Yeah. I forget when, because they moved the date.
Yeah, October 20, I think it is.
I want to say yes.
I pre-ordered it, so I already have it ready to go once it downloads into my PS5. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that game. I cannot wait. I love the Yakuza games; they're fucking funny and hilarious. And obviously, like all the prior games, there's a lot of mini games in this. Some people pointed out that some of the mini games are old Sega games. So
yeah, I saw that
like there's a
old Sega arcade games.
Like a fishing game or something, like a Beatbots or something. again, there are all arcade Sega games that are just in this.
I know one of them was tied to Sega Bass Fishing, which they
Oh
gave away
yeah,
for
that
free
one.
when they
That one.
announced it.
Yeah, I think that one.
And then I forget the other ones. They're one of them's a rhythm game that I've never heard of, and then there's a couple other ones that are just Sega's out of their freaking minds. I love it.
Yeah, and because you're in Hawaii, it makes sense. The fishing one.
Right.
I thought it makes sense also in Japan, but I think the location where the games are usually set up is not really a fishing area. But in Hawaii, it makes sense.
Normally, yeah, I don't think they're by the water, or at least not by a big body of water.
Yeah, no. Yeah, now I remember. But yeah, it's gonna be set in Hawaii, Honolulu. We don't know how expensive it will be. If it's the whole island of Oahu, or it's just gonna be the whole Waikiki area, which is mostly touristic area. But it's still a big area, so. But yeah, and obviously you can expect crazy shit, craziness on the game, and yeah, just like all Yakuza games. So it's gonna be. Oh, and we saw Goro Majima from the Fire games as well showing up in this game, which is gonna be
Oh,
amazing.
really?
Yeah,
Was that announced at TGS?
that was on the trailer.
Oh.
He's talking with Kiri, and they're saying, "Oh, we're getting pretty much." He's like, "We're getting too old for this shit." Essentially that. But yeah, it's gonna be a great year of video games, and that's all I have. Unless you have something else.
The only things that I had from Tokyo Game Show, it seemed like a lot of it was like Xbox announcements because we got a new circuit for Forza Motorsport. Apparently, there's more games coming to Xbox Game Pass by the end of this year and into next year. Phoenix Wright's coming, like the whole original Phoenix Wright trilogy is coming to Xbox Game Pass. Octopath Traveler 2 is coming to Xbox. And Like a Dragon games are all coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, nice.
Which is amazing because I don't think I've played the first 4.
I played some of them. I know I played.
I think the only one I've ever played was 6. 5 or 6. I forget.
I have all the games. I just haven't touched some of them, and I haven't finished all of them because you have so many stuff to do. Like I lost. I get sidetracked so much.
Right.
But I know I play 0, 1, 4, 3, and now I'm playing 7 basically. And then the rest are just sitting on my shelf, but I'll be coming back to that. Like I said, there's so many things to do. You have your mini games, and then on 0 or 1 or the other, you pretty much attend like a hostess club, and there's so much behind it because you can get your prestige up, and then rival host clubs come and challenge you to stuff, and you can level up your girls and other stuff, and that itself is another game.
Interesting.
So I guess I track it on that easily.
But I'm excited because I pay for Xbox Game Pass. I think it's like whatever the cheaper tier is. Just because on PC, it's like $12 or $13 a month or something like that. And whatever's on Xbox Game Pass, I can download and play. If I don't like it, I delete it. If I like it, I can go buy it if I want to. Because this way I'm not spending like, $70 every couple months or every month on AAA titles. And every once in a while there's like some good there's a game coming to Xbox Game Pass called Pal World, and something else. Some indie games and stuff come to Xbox Game Pass, which is kind of cool. And then I get to play those, and it's like I get to play games I don't normally get to play, which is kind of cool. The other thing that I thought was weird was Fallout 76 announced that Atlantic City is coming in 2 updates, and I did not know that people still played Fallout 76. I've gone back to it a few times in the last, I want to say 3 months, but every time I go, there's nobody in the server. So, like, I don't know who's still playing, or if they're maybe playing on private servers, but just wild to me. Excuse me. I think that's everything. I know this week, I think, is the season finale on Hulu again.
Season finale of what?
Futurama.
Oh, already?
Yeah. I think they did 12 episodes or 10 episodes this season.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that now things are no more than 12 episodes.
I don't like that, but I mean, realistically, I guess that's just what happens now.
Oh yeah, that's the norm, especially for because that way they avoid the studios. It's a tactic by the studios to avoid having shows reach syndication. Yeah, unless they're really popular and they go beyond 5, 6, and even that it has to be more now. Because if it's 10, yeah, it has to be more. And things don't really go beyond 5 seasons anymore, unless it's a really super popular show or something like your SBUs or stuff that it has been already airing for a long time, like The Simpsons. That at this point doesn't matter whether or not they cap it because they're already syndicated anymore, anyways. But everything else is like, oh yeah, just cap it at 12 episodes, 10, 8. There's no way they can reach syndication, and usually that helps just the actors and writers because they get once you reach syndication, you get a pay for it anyways.
Right.
Every time that is shown. But yeah, that's why they're doing it in a way.
The other thing that was announced that I didn't see until today was, I know you probably don't play it, but there's a game called Sea of Thieves, which is like a pirate game.
Oh, I saw something about it that you can now they're gonna add solo.
They're gonna add PvP and PvE only. So when you're loading in, you can choose to only do PvE, which is interesting because I've never run into it before, but apparently it's a big problem where, like, if you're just trying to do quests, like random people will just come up next to you, sink your ship, and steal all your stuff, and then just run away.
Yeah.
I've not run into that. I mean, I ran into where like some kid was talking shit, and we started, shooting at each other's ships, and I sunk him, and he got pissed. I've never had anybody go out of their way to sink me, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And they're also adding guilds, which is kind of nice, so that you can see who your guild members are, and all of your money and fame and everything else can kind of pull together with everybody else in the guild, which is kind of interesting. Because right now everything's kind of siloed to just your character. It doesn't really benefit anybody else in the group that you're playing, which is kind of nice, actually. I'm glad that they're finally making some bigger strides to that.
Yeah, I might check it out now. They're doing that kind of stuff, especially for solo players. So we'll see.
The other thing that I forgot to mention during my what I was doing this week was the biggest Cyberpunk 2077 update came out on.
Oh
Thursday.
Yeah, because
I played a little bit of it yesterday. It is almost a completely different game now.
I think Liberty City is coming out this week, or it came out.
Phantom Liberty came out.
Phantom Liberty.
It comes out next week.
Why I keep saying Liberty City? Yeah, and I saw that they some of the perks or perks or abilities. The icon has changed to reference character from Edge Runners. which is really cool.
They also added some of the specific abilities from Edge Runners into this now.
Ooh,
Which I think
nice.
are coming in Phantom Liberty, which is kind of cool. Because some of the ones they had in Edge Runners were really cool. I don't know why they didn't put them in the game.
Yeah, so now they're adding it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get into the game again. I already finished the main game. In fact, I unlock all the endings, kind of thing.
I did the same when it first came out, but they made a drastic change to the
Oh
actual
no,
graphics of the game.
I play on when they did the update after Edge Runners came out. In fact, it was because of Edge Runners that I decided to play the game.
Oh,
And by then, they did a lot of updates, and I know people were like, "Oh yeah, this game is day and night right now to what it was in the beginning." I was like, "Oh, awesome!" Because I remember
Yeah.
in the beginning, it was like
it
trash.
was it was kind of a mess. But even just this, like I played after the Edge Runner or the update that came after Edge Runners came out, and that was a huge improvement. And this is version 2.0 now.
Yeah.
It's even better.
Ooh, nice.
Like it plays so much nicer now. I mean, I also upgraded my computer because Starfield was destroying my computer. But
I can imagine.
I don't know if they changed assets in the game, but things look different and look better now, which is weird, especially when it rains. I don't know if they're like taking advantage of like ray tracing better than like they were before, but just the game looks much more visually appealing than it did.
Nice.
Very interesting. Highly recommend anybody go back and play it again. The cars also drive a little bit better. They're still crap.
Oh, great.
It's improved. Like they're making apparently a lot of changes to the way that the cars like handle.
I will drive motorcycles because I'm suck at cars.
I do the same thing. The motorcycles just handle so much better in the game.
Yeah.
I can't do the cars. I will say that they have made improvements. It's still not great, but it's a lot better than it was.
I had so many issues with that side quest or mission that you had to drive races. I was like, oh, this is gonna suck so much.
Oh yes.
It sucked, but I was able to finish it. I was like, I don't need to drive any more cars. I'm just gonna stick with my motorcycle.
When I had to do, I forget what's her name, Pan Am's side quests.
Yeah,
you have to drive her cars a lot, and the tank.
Oh
and the
yeah,
tank
that
one. I took me so long to do it because the handling on that thing is so bad.
Oh yeah, the tank is horrible.
I mean, it's fun being able to blow stuff up, but
oh yeah, I know I'm gonna have to get back to the game once. I guess after Spider-Man, I'm gonna get the DLC. Phantom Liberty.
I'm waiting to play through. I want to at least get to New Game Plus 2 in Starfield, and then also play through Lies of P. And on the side, I'm going to painting.
Oh yeah, Lies of P. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it.
It's free on Game Pass, and if I wanted to buy it, it's $70. So I was like, I'll download it and play it. If I like it, I'll buy it on Steam or something.
Yeah.
But I haven't played it yet just because I've been trying to get through Starfield. And I have a feeling I'm probably never going to.
Oh, yeah.
But once Liberty, whatever it is, comes out, I'll probably go back to Cyberpunk. Because I want to see all that stuff from Edge Runner.
Yeah, and obviously you get Idris Elba and all that stuff.
Yes, I'm so excited to hear him in the game.
I know, me too.
But yeah, I think that'll do it for this week's episode. You can like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if there's something else from Tokyo Game Show that we missed that you were super excited about, or something that was like groundbreaking that we didn't see. As always, you can hit us up on Twitter also at Nonsense Nerdy. Same thing. Let us know if we're done. Let us know if there's something that we missed or something that was super important that was announced that we kind of didn't see.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess we will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.